What is the estimated economic loss to the telecom sector due to the aggression on Lebanon?
Well, I have to admit that the costs have not been finalized because we have to do an actual physical survey, and we have not been able to cover the whole territory as of yet. I have to say that I'm very proud of the men and women who are working in this sector because they've done an amazing job, even in the last couple of days, of trying to restore some of the network that was damaged in the process. And we did put out a survey. I mean, we did put out a report that we sent to Paris about a month ago, or a little bit less than that. And in that report, we had estimated that the damage at that point was around $117 million for both operators, Alpha and Touch, and also for the fixed network, which is Ojero in the ministry. So this is where we are right now. You had mentioned some figures, which I agree with, in terms of the damages. I think that we're well on our way, even in the last 48 hours, to have repaired a substantial, maybe 25% of the network that was damaged. We do have some long-term damages, but we are trying also to create some kind of cooperation between Alpha Ojero and the fixed network to try to resolve the problem between the three of them. Of course, we're doing national roaming. Wherever one of them is available, we can try to make sure that the other two get their cut as well. So this is where we're at right now.
And Mr. Korb, has the displacement of people within Lebanon impacted the pressure on the existing networks? And what solutions are being considered?
Well, initially, of course, yes, because we had a lot of people that were displaced from the south and from the Bekaa into other areas of the country, and the network had to accommodate this big movement of people. We dealt with this pretty good, I have to admit. Now, as you know, Lebanese people are very resilient, and I think the ceasefire was announced at 4 a.m. At 4:05 already, you could see the coastal highway being really, really busy, and people were going back to their homes in their villages. And I think the movement is going back right now. And like I said, we've been in the past 48 hours working very heavily on trying to restore the damages.
And how long do you think it might take to restore services to as they were before the aggression by Israel?
Well, some of the damages might take up to a year, really, but like I said, what we're trying to do is to initiate national roaming. So if one of the operators is still able to provide a service, they can transfer this to the other two and vice versa. So I think this will help a little bit. But the most important thing is to act quickly and make sure that everybody is connected because as you know, today's world is very much dependent on the internet services. And actually, there's a report in my possession from the World Bank that links directly uh, the internet to the GDP of the country. So we acknowledge this. We are very much aware that a speedy recovery for the economy requires a good internet service.
And with that in mind, what is the long-term vision for the telecom sector in Lebanon, and what does the government have to do to work towards that vision?
Well, unfortunately, right now, I mean, we're just coming out of a major war, and we're thinking of, making sure that we have the service back up as quickly as possible. The long-term vision, of course, we have many, many different plans, but one of them entails the creation of a third operator, which is called Liban Telecom, and implementing Law 431 to get this activated. Also, we need connection because right now we're connected to the outside world with only two cables. And I think that we need to have redundancy. We need to have, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at redundancy, providing redundancy, not only through marine cables, but possibly terrestrial cables as well, and possibly satellites. So we are looking at all these different options right now, but some of them, of course, they require finance, and also we have to take that into consideration.